Hi, I just wanted to tell you about GoldSilver's 111-ounce silver giveaway where you can win 111. One 1-ounce silver bar, one 10-ounce silver bar, and one 100-ounce silver bar. So enter today and win. Is there big trouble in China? Is something about to break that could threaten the global economy? You know, gold has always been considered the canary in the coal mine when it comes to keeping a track on currencies. It's the barometer that we use to show if something is potentially going wrong. But unlike the canary, they would take canaries into the coal mines with them, and if there was lethal gas in there, gas that could asphyxiate you or explode, the canary would die. They're very sensitive to it. Well, unlike the canary, gold comes to life when it's warning us that something bad is about to happen. And this could be what's going on right now. This chart here from Nick Laird of Gold Charts R Us shows the difference between what they're paying, the gold price on the Shanghai exchange versus the international price, which would be New York, the COMEX, and London gold. And the international price, the New York price and the London price are almost exactly the same. And you can see that this sort of bumps along at maybe a couple of, it dips above and below zero, but it's typically just a little bit above zero, like, a 1/4%, and then about a 1/2% here in 2017 through 19 that they were paying. And what this does is when this goes up, a bunch of people will buy gold at a cheaper place and sell it here. So this causes international flows of gold. But for just the past couple of weeks, it's shot as high as 6%, and it's up above 4% right now. Is this telling us something? Well, there have been stories like this around for quite a while, but there have been more of them lately. China's economic woes should warn all against central planning. China on the brink. Xi's new power plot and single-man crisis send economy into free fall. China's economy could be collapsing, and it means insane trouble. Now, if you want to know what kind of trouble this could mean for the global economy, and this is really big, I suggest watching this video here. It's only 9 minutes long, but it's time to come out from under your rock and face the music. China is collapsing. If that comes as a shock to you, watch this video to get up to speed. This is a very important video, and it's going to give you the fundamentals. This isn't data loaded. It's just the fundamentals of the society and why it's on this brink right now. And so getting back to gold and these premiums, I talked about how it's normally, very low, and then it spikes up once in a while, but rarely. And it's never, this chart goes back to 2009. It's never been above 4%. It gets up to maybe 3.75% once in a couple of spikes. And this is usually when there's some really bad economic news somewhere. This is basically investors getting worried, and they're really worried right now. How worried? Let's zoom up on just 2023, and you can see that back in February and March, what was going on? Well, here we had the banking crisis, Silicon Valley and First Republic and such. This line here represents the spread between these two lines. So that's this height, the going up to 2%, means that on the Shanghai exchange, they were paying 2% more for gold than the global spot price. But there's been this big old divergence lately, and look at what has happened. So the last few weeks in September here, 6%, 4%, 5%, this is saying that there's something that could be going really wrong right now. Now, taking a look at gold's price, this is going all the way back. This is pretty much the entire bull market. So this starts at the beginning of 2002. But what you see here are some very, very bullish technical patterns. This one is considered like a cup and handle, or it's turning into a pan and handle, because this handle is getting long like some pot that you would put on the stove, which is an extremely bullish sign. And this covers many years. So when the move happens, it's going to be big. We also have a triple top. And what happens with the triple top is the price will bump into it a couple times, but the fourth time, it pierces right through. And then that old support line of those tops becomes the resistance of this triple top. That price that is a resistance becomes support. That's typically what would happen in some scenario like this. But there's another really bullish thing happening. And I hope that it plays out to give us a little bit more time to get prepared. But what you see here in this triple top is also an inverse head and shoulders. So you've got three of the most bullish patterns possible in this setup for gold, right along with these crises that are going to be coming at us pretty soon here. Now, this is from my book. It's from chapter 5, I believe. It's the end of chapter 5. And it shows how, the U.S. used to be the world's economic engine. It still pretty much is, but it's the U.S. and China now. And when the U.S. would have a recession, other countries would experience it within like 6 months to a year. And because we stopped importing, we weren't importing as much goods from them, and so their businesses aren't as productive, and they then have a recession 6 months, a year, 2 years later. And that was sort of the story all the way through this. You can see we have a recession, and then everybody else does. But with the banking crisis of 2008, the global financial crisis, you can see how it became super synchronous. And then with COVID, you can see how it became hyper synchronous. Now it doesn't matter which main economy has a problem in the world. When it does, the rest, if China sneezes, we're going to, I'm sorry, this sounds like some other virus. If China sneezes, we're going to catch the cold. So this looks like it's setting up to be something really bad that you should protect yourself from. This is China's M2 currency supply. And from 1996 until today, it is up about 50 times. Now, to give you a comparison, the U.S. currency supply is about 5.5 times larger than it was in 1996. So China has been creating currency at a rate that is about 10 times the rate of the U.S., which is pretty much a banana republic at this point. So watch that video from Peter Zine to see why the fundamentals underlying this potential collapse in the Chinese economy that could trigger the rest of the economies around the world to fall like dominoes. And I want to leave you with this. Ludwig von Mises said, "There is no means of avoiding the final collapse of a boom brought about by credit expansion. The alternative is only whether the crisis should come sooner as a result of voluntary abandonment of further credit expansion, or later as a final and total catastrophe of the currency system involved." Is this going to happen? I don't know. Expect people to rush into the dollar at first, but then expect them to rush out of the dollar and into gold, just like the smart world's central banks have been doing. I want to thank you for watching. Protect yourself, and good luck.
Hi, I just wanted to tell you about GoldSilver's 111-ounce silver giveaway, where you can win 111. One 1-ounce silver bar, one 10-ounce silver bar, and one 100-ounce silver bar. So enter today and win.